Welcome back to the ranch, folks. In today's episode, what we're going to show you is us dealing with some livestock issues. We actually had 3 animals we had to deal with. Rear leg injuries. Well, we didn't know what it was at the time. We were racking our brains, and it took us a while to figure it out. But what we ended up actually doing was calling the experts that actually know what they're talking about. So later on the video, we'll tell all you folks what we ended up determining and found out to be the problem, and lo and behold, it was all our fault. So, you know, it's the learning curve of having livestock and managing the way we manage. So I'll stop flapping my neck and we'll get right to the video. All right, more shenanigans on the ranch here. We got a heifer that's got something going on with her foot. I don't know if it's foot rot or she stepped on something, but we're gonna see if we can go catch her and see what kind of rodeo we're gonna have. We're gonna try and get her in the trailer here, bring her down to the catch pens. I don't know how well it's gonna work. Otherwise, we gotta set up temporary lanes all the way from the top, the back side of the ranch, down to the front of the catch pen. So we're gonna give it a whirl. Maybe all you folks are gonna get a good laugh. And we'll say a lot of swear words and have to repent later. Okay, let's see what we can come up with. I think they're already arguing. Perfect. You guys already arguing? God dang. Son of a... Not a dull moment around these here parts. All right, remember, if that touches the fence, you're going to shock yourself. So, all right, so what we're trying to do here is get a little trap set up. We're going to run this poly wire over to here. We should have kind of brought some panels, but we're going to see how this goes. If it doesn't work and we can't manage this, we're going to have to bring them all the way down the hill. That'll be fantastic. All right, let's do it. Pull it over here. What? You want to shock someone? Is that what you're asking? Oh, yeah. That'd be great. We're going to have you, after you snug that up, Trent, we're going to have you come back up here. We're going to put a whole bunch of posts right here, okay? Or step-ins. All right, let's take it easy with her right now. Let's just leave her where she's at. We can see that, 573. She's got a nasty limp. She's very swollen, rear left. So, again, we don't know if it's a foreign body. She's got some sort of foot rot. I don't know. We haven't been that wet. I mean, I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that she does or doesn't have foot rot. So, we don't know, but she's going to get a heavy dose of LA 300. Okay, here's my #1 Wrangler there in her. That's good looking. So, this is going to be... This is an exercise in patience for my whole family. We're kind of notorious for going crazy and losing our minds and getting all... So we're going to try not to do that with the cattle and each other today. Isn't that right, Deanne? If we're going to be taking anything along with 573, it should be the bull. He is as cool a customer. But we'll try with 803, 573. And who's looking right at you? 529. 529. Okay, we'll try that. If we can cut the steer out, we'll get him out. All right, so there's something else to deal with here. But you know, if you're gonna have livestock, you're gonna have problems. End of story. And if you can't treat your animals yourself, you're gonna probably go broke. You know, if it's something really serious, yeah, we'll have to get a vet involved. But first go around, we're gonna give some antibiotic. See how it goes. You know, if you call the vet every time they have a boo-boo, you'll never make a dime. So we're gonna see what happens. Absolutely, we film everything, especially when I'm reading butthole. So, really slow, okay? No one's gonna even talk. We're gonna stay super mellow. Stretch out, please. Elliot, don't do that. I'll tell you when, okay? Bye. There you go. Good. Close it. I did not too bad, I guess. It's kind of handy having cattle that are mellow. That could have went real bad, really fast. All right, let's just hang that back right here. That looks pretty slick. Again, for anybody that doesn't work with livestock, I am no experienced cattleman. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Oh, you're going to shock me and say that I am. But I know this, with any animal, make it their idea. If you let it be their idea, they're going to be willing to do it. If you try and apply too much pressure, you're going to blow them up and they're going to go everywhere. Well, we learned that the hard way many times with horses. So, you know, mellow, patience. It's like children. You have to, although you want to just, especially the children.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go see if we can have this go as well down at the catch pens as it did up here. Good job, kids. Nobody even yelled at somebody who got cussed out. Well, that was off camera. So we're gonna... All right, back down the hill we go. Get these girls run through there. Again, we put 2 of them in there because, you know, they're herding animals. You never try and separate one. You're gonna have a real rodeo. They're not gonna go anywhere without their buddy. So always take a couple. You know, if we would have had 3 or 4 there, we would have taken 3 or 4, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as you can get the one you need, you can separate them and cut them down at the pens and resort, whatever you gotta do. So if cattle see a obstacle, they can't see a lane, right? They can't see an opening down here. They're not gonna come down here. Pressure. There we go. Perfect. Yep. There you go. Step away. She's just gonna load. Fine. Let her load. Shut the door. It's fine. Great. There you go. Get in behind her. Easy. Easy. There we go. One of the great things about this setup here, is you see this bar, we can stick it here behind her, and this will also keep her from putting so much pressure on her head.
Yep.
She won't pull back so hard. She can't back up. And then this, it's a very expensive apparatus. It's like $1,500 or $1,800 just for this. But you can go ahead and get their head in it, and that'll keep her from thrashing. Not more than 10 cc's per injection side is recommended. See if we can get some more wasps up here. Again, you see all this stuff here gives you so much access to your animal. They're great. I'm going sub-Q with this. There's a lot of debate, sub-Q, intramuscular. This is the part of our operation that a lot of people freak out about, that are going 100% all natural. Well, I can't stand seeing my animals getting chewed on by flies, so that's the one area that we do. We'll put a little fly band. This is not Repellex, fly band. Oil-based permethrin. A little bit on their back. And all you gotta do is, I don't know, 5, 6 of the animals out of the herd, and I just have an applicator and just walk through them and just give them a little squirt here and there. A few of them, the flies migrate around. Hit the ones that have the most flies. The flies migrate around. They all get killed. Doesn't matter if you look at it or not. I've already gotten a pretty good look at it.
Well,
and it's very swollen.
you can open this.
All right, so let's look at her. You can see the difference right there. I mean, this one's obviously closer, but she definitely has some swelling. You can see the redness right there. So we don't know if we got foot rot or if she just stepped on something. It started with no inflammation, and she was putting very little weight on it. I mean, I don't think it's broken or anything. It's developed down low. You sticking my finger in there, and it started to work up the swelling. So anyway, we're doing what we can on a Sunday. But you can see the condition on these animals. I mean, look at the fat around the tail head. They're plump. Let her out. There you go. Open sesame. Okay. So yeah, we're just resetting some of these gates and gonna have her come back around. Walk up. There we go. Elliot, slide to my right and shut this gate right now. There we go. I'm walking in with him. See, she doesn't like you either.
I know.
Let's walk up a little bit. Shut the gate. Boom. Not easy. Good job, team. Good job, D. Wow, they're so happy. They're like, it's Sunday, and I just want to lay around and be worthless. Look how happy they are. Oh.
It's just those two turds.
It was painless. Painless. Yes, they needed fuel. Oh my God. See the stuff I have to deal with. Oh my God. Okay, we almost made it through the whole event without somebody running their mouth, but oh, Trinity and Elliot decided to get in it. Unbelievable. I know, weird, Dan. That's a first for you, girlfriend.
I could have started some stuff with her.
Well, Ona's being Ona, and she's trying to, oh yes, it's like a front backpack. Right here, man. Right here, mate. You're home, kids. You're home. And 803 is long in the toe. She grows some hoof, man.
Yeah.
All right, girls. I know. There's your friends. She's like, I hate you, man. You guys took me away. Look, they're like, oh, friends. You're back. Friends. Okay, so, hey, zip it for a second. Okay, so once again, disclaimer, we're not experts on anything we do here, but we definitely have our theories, how to handle livestock. And I'm a big believer in low stress livestock management, be it horses, cattle, sheep, goats, doesn't matter. The more stress you put on your animals, the more prone they're going to be to loss of animal performance, disease, you can injure them. You know, the list just goes on and on. So again, these aren't pets. These guys were semi-wild when we got them. They didn't want to be messed with, but we spent a lot of time around them. So they're, you know, getting desensitized to it. But we could have made this a terrible experience for them and us. We could have tore up gear, hurt animals, you know, and that's just not the way to do it. Remember, make it their idea. Don't forget, you know, be it man or beast, the more pressure you put on them, the more they're going to resist. Okay, like we mentioned prior in the video, we had these leg issues. We had 3 individual animals, and you know, we thought foreign body. We thought the first one, oh, it twisted its foot. Oh, it did this. It stepped on this nail. It stepped on you know, what do they call a sticker bush tree, honey locust. You know, we had all these crazy theories, and none of them were really adding up, because when we would treat with LA300, the symptoms would rapidly disappear. Within 24 to 48 hours, the animal would be almost perfect again. So we just really couldn't figure it out. Us not being experienced cattlemen didn't know enough about it. I thought it was some sort of laminitic response to too rich a grass, because the grass is flourishing. Long story short, fescue toxicity. So what happened was, we've been grazing our animals and everything been going fine all year. And we ended up with some really nice summer rains, got some really nice green up. Things are going well. Grazing our hillsides, went around the back of the ranch, started grazing that hillside. And then we got into an area that was heavily shaded. And then we had subsequent heavily shaded, I shouldn't say heavily, at least partial shaded areas. And the cool season grasses were expressing themselves more than the areas that were full sunlight, where the warm season grasses were more predominant. And coupled with some really bad grazing. We weren't moving them fast enough, weren't giving them big enough areas, and we were allowing them to graze too low. So they just started picking up a bunch of endophyte, and they got toxicity. To my very limited knowledge, it's an alkaloid that poisons them and causes all kinds of issues like reduced circulation. You know, it's really bad in horses. It can take and make them prematurely full. They can have too large of foals. They won't produce milk. There's a myriad of problems with cattle that can happen with them also. They can lose tails. You know, it's just crazy stuff. Some of them go lame and never heal ever again. So, at any rate, our fault. That's the big disclaimer here. We just really weren't, you know, I guess it's easy to miss if you're not into cattle, or if you don't graze this way. So, any rate, so be on the lookout for that. If you run cattle and you're new to it, I know if you're some seasoned old vet, you got this probably figured out, and we're telling you nothing new. But if you are new to it and you have fescue, you have to be really aware of keeping your grazing height, the proper height. Don't get down on the bottom in the dark, the shade, close to the soil, where that it's a fungus, right? And that's where it resides. So anyway, graze high, move fast, and thanks for your watching us here on the ranch. Really appreciate it, folks. We'll see you on the next one.